Digital twin unlocking the new realities, challenges, and opportunities. With this focus, I'm going to talk about digital twin. And typically digital twin is what? It is a bridge between physical and virtual world. The focus is to enhance decision making, and then we will take few case studies. We'll talk about best practices, strategic priorities, and challenges and opportunities. And in the end, we'll see what is the way forward. Because based on this today's interaction, we should commit something to us. Otherwise, it is going to be a knowledge consumerism only. So, as far as the introduction is concerned, you know, the first step for this digital twin started when NASA built a physical replica of spacecraft, so that anything goes wrong in the spacecraft in the space, the necessary corrective action can be suggested based on its physical replica. That was the first step of creating replica. And with the evolution of internet and IoT and all those things, we have now reached to a place where we can have a virtual replica of physical entities. And typically, this digital twin is a dynamic model of physical system uh, to help us to experiment with the things, simulate with the things, try to consider various options at a very low cost and low risk. If you want to understand the digital twin, the first is the definition. We talked about it is a virtual replica of physical asset, process, or system. So we'll take examples in our case studies also where they are going to be a process also, replica of process or system or physical asset. Then the core components of digital twin are physical asset, whatever we are talking about, its virtual model, real-time data, connectivity, and analytics. What value it adds is, it provides a proactive insights. Before anything happens, we can predict or see the foresight, simulate it. We can go for a predictive maintenance philosophy. And based on this, we can have a well-informed decision. And as far as the functionality it carries is, for monitoring, for simulation, for analysis, optimization, and, evaluating the performance in real time. That is the strength of this. When it comes to the various components of digital twin, the physical assets is on one side, on other side it is digital twin, and they are connected with the technologies and data. My screen, and I think somebody is talking. Is there anything I have to do from my
Participants, please mute yourself. Participants are muted. Please mute yourself so that the session will be delivered smoothly. Please mute yourself.
So when we talk about the components of digital twin, one is the physical asset and second is the digital asset or digital twin. They are connected through data and information and various technologies. On the left hand side of your screen, you can see that the supply chain is also get connected, the maintenance aspect is connected, the processes are connected, energies optimization, and similarly we can use it for the training purpose also. On the right hand side, when we talk about the digital twin, AI models, the plant model, the optimization model, high fidelity static model, and high fidelity dynamic models. These are the basic components of any any physical and digital combination. We'll take few case studies now. The first case study is of Unilever. What they planned is they decided to develop a work from home sort of mechanism for their Brazil factory. So their focus was digitizing the entire manufacturing process, which is generally when we talk about mechanical engineering is a typically physical and hands-on type of thing. And their plans were to convert this first pilot project into a large-scale project. The case study of Unilever is, the objects or the processes first were taken up. They were connected to the sensors, various type, and feedback mechanism was developed. And digital twins are used for individual processes to simulate, to modulate, to scale up, and to predict. The basic user interface was provided with advanced visualization, and this has led to, typically actionable knowledge. If when we talk about the key components of this project, then, as I said, the existing factory was retrofitted with various IoT sensors to collect the real-time data. And this data was utilized through machine learning applications hosted on the cloud to analyze the various key factors so that the factory can be remotely operated. At the same time, they were planning to create a virtual global room so that almost all 200 factories can be controlled and visualized from one place. That was the focus of the then data integration and cybersecurity. Unilever connected all IoT sensors and manufacturing assets to a central data lake of Microsoft Azure. Lake means what? All, data is going to come from various sensors, various machines, and it is going to be discrete in nature. They are to be synthesized at one place, so it is brought into a lake where the entire data processing happens. Since the everything is controlled in virtual environment, the cyber security is one of the most critical aspect. Because if anybody hacks it, then the entire process can go out of control. The focus was, the regular routine type of work through digital twin should be automated because, the lot of data is coming, it can be analyzed. Once it is analyzed, the necessary action can be taken, particularly related to inventory, and some corrective measures. Whereas as far as the maintenance is concerned, through augmented reality and data analytics, they can predict and corrective actions can be taken with human interference remotely or physically. As far as their future directions are concerned, I told you already that they are trying to create a network of 200 factories and that can be monitored from centrally. The second case study is of Siemens microprocessor unit or PCB unit. So you all know that Siemens are one of the global leaders in electronics manufacturing. So they created a digital replica of the entire factory process, and the quality that they have achieved is 99.9988%, and the volume is 15 million products annually. One every second PCB, every second one PCB is created. And if you want to see their conceptual diagram, so on the upper side we have digital enterprises, lower side a security level. So the outer layer is digital one for safety purpose. Below that, the upper half is digital world and lower half is physical world. As far as the key highlights of this project is concerned, they have used Caliber Fair Insight platform. This platform is for creation of digital twin and analysis of data for multiple physics related simulation, data analytics, machine learning for virtual prototype, reducing physical iteration cycle. And this platform has helped them to create product specific processes and without testing the physical vapors of PCBs. And this is very important aspect. One more aspect, particularly is, as far as PCB is concerned, the metrological aspect, the measurement. Those measurements were taken in the virtual environment. So they have introduced the concept of virtual metrology to predict the water, those PCB vapors metrology measurement in real time. And using these data, they were able to design the wafers, PCB wafers very quickly. And if there is any defect identified in the process, that can be improved quite quickly. And this has improved their output. Like digital, when we talk about the data lake, there is one more concept called as digital threads. So various
Various
threads
threads
of data are uh, entwined to create the unique vision of the entire system. So this was one of the unique feature of this implementation. And it started with the production activity, which has resulted into improved production. And of course, the it has helped them to uh, go for a effective root cause analysis if anything goes wrong. As I already mentioned, that it is very fast, and simulation has helped them to predict the possibilities of anything going wrong. Similarly, the accuracy is the most important aspect of PCB, and through virtual metrology, those measurement related errors and defects caused because of the measurement were also eliminated. So overall, this has improved their quality, reduced the time, cost, and improved the sustainability in the semiconductor. As far as the uniqueness of this project is concerned, so they have combined the multiple digital twins like product, production, performance. So when we talk about, I talked about this digital threads. So that is what it means. All production is one thread, product is another thread, performance is another thread, and one more thread is the design data, the manufacturing data. All these threads are connected to create a clear canvas of the entire process. That is the beauty of this. Similarly, this Caliber Fab Insight platform provided them an opportunity for rapid prototyping, which is very essential when it comes to such mm, key products as such PCBs. Another aspect of it's that virtual metrology, which is very unique in nature. And third aspect is design aware analytics. Most of the time when we talk about analytics, what happens, we collect the data, and based on the data, some patterns are identified and we analyze and predict. But when we talk about design aware analysis, all the designs, processes, drawings are also fed to the system. So the data on one side and the design aspects on the other side, they marry together, and based on the objectives and the functionalities of the machine, the decisions are given. So that is why this is very unique in nature. That is design aware analytics. How many of you are aware of this aspect of uh, design aware analytics? Can anybody share through chat? We can let us see. Because when we talk about digital twin or analytics or AI, the most important aspect for all of us is to see that particularly in mechanical engineering the analytics should be design aware. हमने बनाया क्या है, उसके डायमेंशंस क्या है, उसका पर्पस क्या है, वो सब जब तक कि हम फीड नहीं करते तब तक एनालिटिक्स इज गोइंग टू बी इन आइसोलेशन. So we have to be very, very particular about when we talk about creating mechanical replica of mechanical processes or mechanical designs. It should be design aware analytics. And the outcome of this was, they were able to launch their product quickly, ramp up their production, improve root cause analysis. Similarly, sustainability and utilization of various resources were improved and losses were minimized. This was more of adaptive in nature because of uh, design aware approach. It is adaptive. Similarly, because of the analytics, it becomes more predictive. So marry of these two things is possible because of, and that was the uniqueness of this. One more case study is smart cities. Are you aware that the entire Singapore city has been, its digital twin is available? How many of you are, typically available, aware that कि सिंगापुर सिटी का पूरा डिजिटल मॉडल भी अवेलेबल है, and it is since 2022. Can you give me a response on the chat? How many of you are aware of the virtual Singapore city? I have specifically taken diverse examples because currently there is nothing as such, only mechanical engineering, only IT, only electronics, unless all of them sit together and work together and understand the strength and limitations of each branch, it's not possible to create digital twin. So I have selected case studies so that we can understand the diverse areas of application. And every year you'll find that the mechanical engineers are also going to be very, very, very much part of the mechanism. So National Research Foundation project, it was taken up by them. The entire 3D replica of the city is created, or modeling urban simulation, model planning, disaster, crowd movement, all these things were done. Similarly, this has resulted into improved public transport routes by 15%. One such small attempt was recently, it was partial, but I'll share that example. Uh, uh, this year, uh, Ganesh Visarjan Festival of Pune, which is, it goes for about 24 and more hours, और 10 दिन तक के the festival, lot of lakhs of people move to see those decoration and see darshan in a very small area, the older Pune area. This time what they did is, they had installed various CCTV cameras and drones cameras in the entire area to understand what is happening in the physical world, and that virtual world was created in our control room. At the same time, जैसे इसमें मैंने आपको बताया था कि design aware analytics, they inputted all the criminals data, photographs, everything in that database. So as and when the camera finds those faces, it was giving alert. That was one aspect. So very little criminal activity happened during this procession. Another aspect was, as what I said, transport route models. So they identify how the masses are moving in for darshan of Ganesh idols various places. So that pattern was studied and accordingly the workflow was designed. So metro के जिस स्टेशन से आप उतरते हैं सारे गणेश देख के वापस उसी स्टेशन पर आ जाते हैं. So that is how they, it was a small experiment of creating virtual city for effective safety of the devotees, at the same time for smooth flow of the traffic. That is the small version of virtual city, sort of good example in India. As far as India is concerned, there are so many other examples are also available. If you go through perplexity and give right type of prompt, you will have those examples also. Sorry. So as I said, they have created a 3D replica of the entire city state. It was initiated in 2012, officially launched in 2014, and completed in 2022. It has integrated a vast amount of data from sensors, from the various mobiles the citizens are having, advanced laser scanning, AI-driven 3D modeling to simulate urban environment, infrastructure, population movements. This is what I was talking about. Population movement was analyzed this year in Ganesh Festival in Pune. Environment and conditions to enhance decision making. See the level of accuracy. Uniqueness is that 10 centimeter तक की accuracy ये पूरे virtual infrastructure में they have created. And the beauty or uniqueness is human-centered design. All these are designed to improve the human experience. The way I said that in Pune, it was designed to improve the human experience of Ganesh festival. Similarly, this entire virtual city is, a digital replica or digital twin of the city is created with human-centered design approach, which helps to improve the city governance. At the same time, it supports real-time simulation for flood management, traffic management. कोई accident हो जाता है किसी वक्त, ऐसा सब scenario वहां पर it can be virtually created and see what is going to happen in real time, and accordingly corrective actions are proactively designed. There are so many proactive provisions have been made through simulation. You know how it works? It collects and integrates real-time data through a comprehensive sensor network deployed across the city, combined with multiple data acquisition techniques. This is more important because there is no one way of collecting the data, because a lot of different type of data is going to be connected. If you see the second slide, high resolution LiDAR scans and aerial photography to create precise 3D geospatial base map. This was supported and integrated with the existing data set, सारे building के designs, blueprints, utility maps, environment data from various government agencies. This was also integrated. And in real time, the data is streamed from 1,000 sensors, monitoring traffic flow, weather conditions, energy consumption in the building, and other environmental parameters. And of course, for all these you require some special platforms. So they are using Dassault Systems 3D Experience City platform, which helps to merge these various data streams coming from various sources, as well as the physical data which is available about the city, and then creating an unified interactive 3D model. As far as the challenges of virtual Singapore is concerned, you just imagine how much heterogeneous data is collected, and to unify them on a platform with high density, with lot of security, without encroachment in the privacy, is one of the biggest ever challenge as far as creating a virtual city is concerned. Is my speed all right?
Yes, sir. No problem, sir. Continue, sir.
Perfect, perfect. Because in the meantime, in
Yes,
the
sir.
virtual environment,
Yes.
it's very essential that we keep on communicating with each other. Otherwise,
Yes.
I'll not be able to know whether I'm
In
in sync
between,
with
sir,
all of you.
I have a question.
Yes, please, please.
Means, but sir, the who will bear the cost of that sensors and networking system, interfacing system, sir? And
All this cost is borne by the government itself,
okay, sir.
because ultimately it is the governance aspect which costs the government. If our governance is to be appropriate, then we need to have correct data for us, correct information about everything.
Yes, sir.
Then only governance can happen. And mismanagement cost is more than governance cost.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So of course these are one of the biggest challenges, the capital investment that is required for such thing. But you
Yes.
see the return on investment also. Singapore is continuously the number one country in the world as far as the investment is concerned.
Yes, sir.
Mm. And it's not just tourists. I had been to Singapore. All who's who companies, their headquarters or overseas headquarters are there in Singapore.
Yes, sir.
So to attract this, so it is a ROI sort of thing, return on investment. तो जितना पैसा खर्चा किया है वो गवर्नेंस के थ्रू और बाकी लोगों के बिजनेस इन्वेस्टमेंट की वजह से रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट इज ऑन वेरी हायर साइड.
Definitely, sir. मतलब
So
जैसे कि
cost is one of the important factor. Data is also important factor. But ultimately, unless there is a ROI, for the
yes,
sake of just doing for the sake of doing, nobody does such mega projects.
definitely, sir. And
जैसे
the
मैंने
thing
पूना का
that
भी एग्जांपल बताया,
हाँ,
स्टैम्पेज से अगर दो लोग भी अगर की जान जाती थी तो उसकी कॉस्ट कितनी ज्यादा होती,
right, sir, right, sir.
लाइफ वाइज ऑल गवर्नेंस वाइज. उसके बजाय 10 15 20 कैमरेज, ड्रोन कैमरे घूम रहे हैं,
हाँ, sir.
सीसीटीवी कैमरेज के इनपुट ले लिए और एक वार रूम बना दिया. अदरवाइज भी उनको तो फिजिकल आदमी लगाने के बजाय जहां आदमी भेजना चाहिए पुलिस उसकी यहीं पर पता लग गई, तो 10 पुलिस ने पूरा पूना का वो सेंट्रल एस्पेक्ट कवर कर लिया था.
Yes,
अदरवाइज हर जगह पर पुलिस खड़ी करनी पड़ती थी, उसकी कॉस्ट बहुत ज्यादा होती. सो
yes,
ऑलवेज वेन एवर सच प्रोजेक्ट्स आर टेकन अप, the cost component and ROI. Sometimes the ROI is measurable, sometimes it is intangible,
yes, sir.
but there is always ROI
Yes.
when we take up such projects.
And
And
definitely, sir, the foreign investments are not there in the unstable countries. The foreign investments are always there, which are the stable countries, which provide the securities and infrastructure. Definitely, sir.
yes, that is there.
Yes,
And similarly, sometimes, we have to proactively take initiatives
yes,
to attract the investors. Right now, what is happening, most of states are going abroad for attracting investors. They are
yes,
showcasing what they are offering here, what facilities, what functionalities. So that is, in the global business, that is going to be one of the important aspects.
sure, sir.
Right.
Please continue, sir. Yes.
Right. Thank you. One more case study is, I have taken it from healthcare. Again, Dassault Systems. You can imagine that how much these companies are working. They have led the Living Heart project. Can you imagine that there is a mechanical engineering playing role in this uh, virtual heart project? I'll share those details with you in subsequent file. Mm. Then it is a personalized heart model, 3D digital twin for surgical planning, faster preclinical trials, at the same time personalized medicine for patients. You see, the Living Heart project uses physics-based finite element analysis and digital twin technology to replicate the structural, tissues, and fluid dynamics of human heart. So with this aspect, I intentionally took this case study. So the models are configured for individual patients or patient population, and Researchers can adjust properties like stimulate disease progression or implant. अगर आप पेसमेकर इंस्टॉल कर रहे हैं तो क्या होगा, स्टेंट डालेंगे तो क्या होगा, वर्चुअली, एंड डू क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स फॉर न्यू स्टेंट, new implants, all those things. And these virtual simulation enables efficient, reproducible testing of heart valves replacement, pacemakers, pharmaceutical mm, mm, medical aspects, or intervention can be used to. अभी आपने देखा होगा कि कोविड के केस में जनरली एक साल में 9 महीने 10 महीने में कोई भी वैक्सीन दुनिया में नहीं आता. Because of these type of technologies, these regular regulatory approval and validation of the regulatory aspects is possible. Similarly, we can quickly train and educate the doctors about, previously, typically you if you can remember, uh, expert doctor are doing operations, ऐसा advertisement करते थे, और अभी ऐसा है कि the advertisement is robot is doing operation, and doctor is sitting in the virtual environment and controlling the robot. So those cobot concept or digital twin concept, these are getting implemented in real life situation also. One more case study is typically of aerospace uh, area. GE Aviation, they have implemented digital twin for jet engines and real-time performance monitoring. It has reduced their downtime by 20% and resulted into fuel savings. One question I would like to ask here to the participant is, how many of you have visited uh, service center of high-end cars, particularly maybe BMW or Audi, or even अपना Mahindra की 700. How many of you have visited the service center of these cars? Any answer to this? Plus minus, yes, no, it's not an issue. But are you? Yes. What is that? Typically they plug the vehicle to their system, and what it does is that it it captures the data of entire vehicle current condition and compare it with the standard digital twin of your car. Whatever deviations are observed, based on that, the system itself suggests what corrective or repair measures are to be taken. So my humble request to each one of you is that, I don't know in which city you are placed right now, but wherever you find good service station.
Car insurance, press 1. For two-wheeler.
Sorry. So then you will get an experience of how this these are asynchronous digital twin. There is somebody. Fine. So these are asynchronous digital twin. The examples till this point of time we were talking about, they were synchronous digital twin. But this is a concept asynchronous digital twin. जब आपकी गाड़ी आती है, उसका डेटा कैप्चर होता है, उस वक्त एक डिजिटल ट्विन क्रिएट होता है, and that digital twin is compared with the model digital twin. The differences are identified and repairs and corrective measures are suggested. So my humble request to all those who are participating in this workshop is that as and when time permits, please do visit these places and understand all these things. Similarly, if possible, do visit the police control room also, how they capture the data and analyze the things. So a few more examples we'll take up, and then that will help you to understand where further you can go. And so it's not like we cannot have the experience of all these things. Provided we have intention, we can identify such scenarios where we can get these experiences. Another is DHL logistic. It's also a very different area. They wanted to reduce the, or typically one of the major efforts that are right now being taken in industry is the optimization of supply chain management. Be it Amazon, be it Flipkart, be it Blinkit, all when you talk about it, they are trying to optimize the logistic aspect. Rest of the aspects are more or less standardized. The only cost that can be reduced and only differentiator that can be created is through the logistic only. Either you can cut down the cost, you can cut down the time, or you can improve the efficiency, whatever it may be. So for that purpose, DHL also created the entire their supply chain, digital replica of the supply chain for improving the picking, inventory, the flow. And for that, they have created the virtual replica of almost every facility, warehouses, supply chain, all those things. So if you critically observe those who are delivering you through Amazon and all those things, they move through Google Map or their map. So the movement is also tracked, the timing is also identified, and accordingly they are changing the delivery time. जैसे पुणे में सुबह 9-10 बजे तक ट्रैफिक, 9 बजे तक पहले ट्रैफिक कम रहता है और 8 के बाद ट्रैफिक कम रहता है. So what I have observed is that recently their delivery time is Amazon, Flipkart, it has changed. So this is they track the traffic movement, they track the way the delivery boy is moving, and accordingly that digital replica is utilized to analyze and assign the delivery pattern. For all cities, it is not like that, but city wise, location wise, such data is utilized, and accordingly those flow of the person material is designed. As far as this DHL is concerned, how it works, they have created replica of all the physical assets such as container fleets, warehouses, global logistic network, or containers, warehouses, shipment systems are equipped with IoT sensors that collect the data of location, status, and the condition. And this data is fed to the virtual digital twin environment that models the physical system in real time. This is what I was talking about when. Have you experienced something of this nature uh, while utilizing the services of maybe Zomato, Swiggy, Flipkart, Amazon, or postal services? Have you tried to critically analyze what type of data getting generated and how it can be analyzed? Anybody from the participants? Let us say this example only कि Amazon पे आपने order दिया है अभी और आपके पास order deliver हुआ. In that process, at what point of time, what type of data get captured, and how that captured data can be used to create a digital twin. You can write on the chat or you can unmute yourself and speak. Because this example has specifically taken because every day we are experiencing better and better services through online, and that to delivery aspect of it. Anyone would like to highlight the flow of the data, the type of the data? Correct. One is the ERP and SAP data. Correct. That is reasonably static in nature. Anything else? Order number, location, correct. Near warehouse, correct. Right, whether it is delivered or not. Actually, more than 1,000 data points are there in this entire placing an order, correct? GPS, correct. So if you try to see the moment you place an order and visualize the workflow of the order, then you will realize what type of data, how many data points are there, how they are captured, how they are integrated with the SAP, how they are used by analytical tools to analyze it, and then improve the efficiency. All these aspects are typically, have you thought of, have you analyzed the way the Amazon or Flipkart launched their mega sale? 15 days, 20 days before they start advertising, mega sale is going to be there, mega sale is going to be there. The previous year's data, workflow, the order, all those are analyzed. This year, economic condition, environment conditions. My voice is breaking. Okay. Uh, uh,
Okay, sir, no problem. Now it is fine. Your voice
Now
is
it's fine.
fine, sir.
Fine.
Yeah.
So, just try to imagine कि दिवाली फेस्टिवल का जब वो मेगा सेल लॉन्च होता है, then what type of data they previous data they are using, what type of current data they are using, and how they are changing their staffing pattern so that in those 7 days maximum sale happens, maximum delivery happens flawlessly as per the commitment, how the inventory is maintained. It's a wonderful case study of supply chain. Next time, whenever such sale are launched, try to visualize the flow and what type of data is required to be captured, what type of analysis is required to be carried out for smooth delivery. Or the most simple thing is that कि ये सब निकालने के बाद आप परप्लेक्सिटी में डालिए कि these are the aspect I identified. Are there other than any other aspect of it? You will get list of the points and data points, everything. Operation are optimized, predict maintenance needs, autonomy to manage the inventory and delivery schedule. As I said, that staffing requirements, improving picking efficiency, test supply chain scenario for sustainable and cost reduction. Recently, if you have seen that in Amazon, they say that if you are ready to get it one day late, but in the one packet so that the cost of environment can be reduced. So this is all coming through these data only. एक साल पहले ये फीचर नहीं था अमेजोन में या फ्लिपकार्ट में कि आपको सारी जितने ऑर्डर किए हैं सब एक बॉक्स में डाल के दिए तो एक दिन डाल के दिए तो चलेगा. Because that is tremendous environmental cost. Those many times the fellow is going to come on bike, that is the cost. If everything is separately packaged, then packaging cost, all those get affected. So it's not just one aspect that is getting affected. One of the major focus of digital twin is the sustainability also that we'll take up in you know in subsequent slide. As far as the opportunities and challenges are concerned, now before I share those details with you, I would like to know from you, typically what opportunities you see in any area as far as digital twin is concerned. You can write on the chat, or you can unmute yourself and share mm, through voice what opportunity you see as far as digital twin is concerned in your area of interest, specialization, whatever you call it. Participants, we are 98 persons. One person is talking, 97 are free to think. Yes, please highlight those areas, because the purpose of this workshop, what I see is that identify the opportunities that we can work upon. You have said, Dr. Vijay, different applications. Let us list out 5 applications here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anybody would like to share or throw some light on the areas where you can implement this digital twin aspect? Yes, manufacturing, correct. Wonderful, wonderful. Perfect. Correct. Perfect. Can we use this in teaching environment, logistic and supply chain, correct? Aerospace, yes. Petrochemical is one of the most prominent industry, because most of the supercomputers were initially designed to improve the petrochemical industry output. Correct. Well, so it means now we are trying to apply the information that we have shared with each other now into practices or identify the areas. Yes, perfect. Retail is one more area. Correct. So my intention of asking this question is that try to find out the area of our interest where we can have. And as far as the teaching is concerned, typically VR, AR, all those aspects are typically digital twin only. So let us see the opportunities that you have identified and I have listed. The gap, maybe there are some additional points you might have identified or something like that. Let me see the chat. Yes, one more message is there. Yes, absolutely right. Absolutely right. So opportunities as far as digital twin is concerned are to improve the sustainability, to identify the smart innovation areas, and health and safety. These are some of the areas. Broad classification, there can be any number of other areas also. One more chat. Fine. As far as if we can create a digital twin of building, most of the current buildings which are having centralized air handling units, या तो एसी बहुत ठंडा करता है या गर्म करता है, कभी भी उसमें करेक्ट कंडीशनिंग नहीं आती, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट most of the things most of the HVAC units are working under very non-optimum conditions. At the same time, the human experience is also very bad. But if we create digital twin of buildings, particularly for energy consumption as such, monitoring the light conditions accordingly, switching on and off the light automatically, changing the airflow, the temperature, and all these things can result into better human experience and saving the environmental cost. So we, at the same time, predictive maintenance, optimized heating, cooling, lighting, energy, all these strategies typically can be evolved. If we take one example, many of us have been, those who are in mechanical engineering, कि XY बिल्डिंग के लिए एयर कंडीशनिंग सिस्टम डिजाइन करो, ऐसे प्रोजेक्ट आप लोगों ने या मिनी प्रोजेक्ट आप लोगों ने बहुत लोगों ने लिए होंगे. Now can we move one step ahead and try to create a digital twin of any building and analyze this data? These are then, we are in a position to derive interdisciplinary projects. इसमें सिविल इंजीनियरिंग वाले भी काम करेंगे, मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग भी काम करेगा, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स भी, आईटी भी. जस्ट इफ यू वांट टू क्रिएट, आपके यहाँ का भी कोई ऐसी लैब है जो भी है, या जो भी आपके ऐसी बिल्डिंग है, उसका कोशिश कीजिए कि यू ट्राई टू क्रिएट अ डिजिटल ट्विन ऑफ दैट बिल्डिंग through projects. It may go into 3-4 years, but fine, that will give you an experience of, how many parameters you can control and evaluate. Can you think of such project in your college? Interdisciplinary? Can you write on the chat, or if you find some challenges, let us highlight that also. Am I audible? Is my question clear?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir. No issues, sir.
My question is clear?
Yes, sir.
So can you think of visualizing some project
Yes, sir.
in your institute
Yes.
using digital twin to improve the sustainability? Because आप NAC में भी अगर आप देखेंगे तो आपको environmental initiatives क्या क्या लिए हैं, इसके numbers हैं. So can you think of a different initiative than the conventional one to say that our institute is different and think differently when it comes to environmental sustainability, and of course experiential learning and project based learning?
Sir, we can do some project for the hygienic environment of the hostel, sir.
Wonderful.
Yes, hostel cleanliness and hygienic environment at hostel.
Correct.
Yes.
And that digital twin is reasonably simple. Student के पास, सबके पास मोबाइल है, only they should be allowed to take the photograph and upload it, and the system analyzes and make corrective actions.
We don't need
अभी
extra sensor also, sir, because we don't need the extra sensors. Students
Yes.
put the sensors in their hands.
Abhi recently Pune has launched one app wherein through that app those who are commuting on the road, they can take the picture and traffic violation can be uploaded.
Very nice, sir. Wonderful.
And because of that, कितने जगह पर ट्रैफिक पुलिस लगाओगे और कितनी एक तरफ देख रहा होगा तो दूसरी तरफ वायलेशन होता है. लेकिन अगर सबको पुलिस बना दिए,
Yes, sir.
और ऑटोमेटिकली उसमें से वेरीफाई होकर चालान जनरेट हो जाता है.
Yeah, very nice, sir.
तो मैंने ये एग्जांपल इसलिए बताया, जब आपने हॉस्टल का कहा, तो जिसने गंदगी की है, सफाई की जिम्मेदारी सफाई कर्मचारी को देने से सफाई नहीं होती.
Yes, sir.
गंदगी करने वाले को दिए तो सफाई होती.
Definitely, sir.
So we can, very good. I like that idea of yours. Let us try to implement these small things. हम लोगों को कैसा हो जाता है, we think that कि एक बहुत बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट करेंगे, वैसा नहीं होता. Algebraic summation of such small project will lead to a digital replica.
Definitely, sir.
So let us think in this direction also. है ना, हम लोग जब इंडस्ट्री केस स्टडी लेते हैं तो फिर हम लोग ये सोचने लग जाते हैं कि this is heavy investment business and we may not be able to do it. At least we are aware of what is happening in the world. That's not the only way. We should be aware of what is happening in the world and use appropriate technology to go to the next level. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir.
So let's go to the next point.
Yes, sir.
When Unilever created their digital replica, the other aspects were also included in it. The sustainable packaging trials were also carried out through digital twin. Their Tinsukia plant, digital twin helped to increase their packaging trial. अभी तक ऐसा होता था packaging trial में ऐसा, my elder son is in this industry, so I am fully aware of that. So once a packaging is designed, then manufacturing trial happens, then the design trial happens, then it goes to the manufacturing factory. There few trial runs are taken care of, and it's a very time consuming. Every time he has to go all these places. But the moment it is implemented, out of per year 2 trials were there. Now they carry out 30 trials in virtual environment, and then actual final packaging is tested. So now once in a year or twice in a year, he has to move at these places and see all those things. So how much, with very low cost, 30 iterations. And this has, similarly, they have reduced this virgin plastic, achieved 21 reduction in the virgin plastic use at this Tinsukia plant itself. And the global target by 2028 is that we should reduce this virgin plastic by 40%. So it's not one area where we see the effect. The moment we start implementing, we see the rippling effect of digital technology. Similarly, they have done the environmental impact assessment of their packaging material. This is again in the digital twin environment. एक है, I forget that name. I'll check on LinkedIn. I'll ask you that question. How many of you know Shantanu Tungare? आप LinkedIn पे देखिएगा. If you are on mobile, see Shantanu Tungare. Why I am asking you this is because of for the second bullet. Streamline content creation supporting sustainability. AI का इस्तेमाल करते हुए, without going for shooting, they can generate photographic realistic 3D images for marketing and thereby lowering the energy consumption and material waste associated with traditional photography and marketing practices. अगर आपने नहीं देखा होगा तो आप शंतनु तुंगारे हैं. He used various AI tools to create advertisements through prompts only. Could anybody check Shantanu Tungare on LinkedIn? I hope all of you are on LinkedIn. So take a pause of 30 seconds or a minute. Go to LinkedIn. See Shantanu Tungare. Follow him. You will get some of his recent creation, last week creation. Every Saturday or Sunday he create training classes and where he create various advertisement using AI tools. We take a break of 90 seconds to allow you to see his profile, to see his output on the LinkedIn, and then come back, here on the chat and share with me your experience, and then I'll share with you how he created and help in digital sustainability. Because one of his training program I have attended, so he could perform everything live. So my request to you is that check Shantanu Tungare on LinkedIn. Follow him. The moment you follow him, you will be able to see his recent post, see the post, and share your experience. I'll be back in 60 seconds. Correct. So what he does is, he share the photograph of those individuals or is himself and give the prompt and create those. अदरवाइज उसको शूट करने के लिए और बाकी सब करने के लिए बहुत ज्यादा एफर्ट्स और कॉस्ट है. And all those that you have seen, he has created in 45 minutes or so live in his training program. So why I wanted to educate you about is that there are different facets of digital twin. When we as a mechanical engineer see only one aspect only, which is not fair. We have to have a 360-degree view. There is nothing like a single branch. All branches are intertwined and so much affecting each other that we should be aware of this. With that intention only, I have asked you to check Shantanu Tungare and connect this bullet, content creation bullet. Otherwise, content creation is a pretty costly business. Can we move ahead now?
Sure, sir.
Right. Thank you. At the same time, when we talk about the smart innovation, right now, most of the innovation or initiative of innovations are, focused on or intend to add intelligence to existing things. So cars are become smart, homes are becoming smarter, fans are becoming smarter, cameras are smarter, agriculture, infrastructure, cities, all are being made smart by partial implementation of digital twin aspect. Some of you had said that digital twin can be applied to agriculture. You see that example here. As a mechanical engineer, how many of you have visited Baramati agriculture का AI center? How many of you have visited Baramati? Ah, great. What was your experience, Prayatna ma'am? You can speak also, not necessarily typing. Yes, AI based. What are the aspects they are covering and how it is connected to digital twin? You can unmute yourself, Prajakta madam, and speak out. That's not an issue.
It takes the different parameters like crop quality,
Correct.
moisture content,
Correct.
and it is total AI based. We're-
Please. We could not hear you. Can you repeat? Or if you want to see the visual version of it, through satellite, through drone, through robots, through smart sensors, and one centralized place where the data get connected. Right now, their focus is improving the productivity of sugarcane related aspects and many other aspects. My humble request to each one of you is that whenever it is possible, try to get connected with this center and visit also. It is an experience to be taken by mechanical engineer. Similarly, the most important aspect is wind turbine. You have seen wind turbine all installed in such isolated location that their maintenance is one of the biggest problem, and because of that the efficiency was on lower side, and they were requiring a lot of subsidy to survive. But now they have started using digital twin technology, and because of that the current condition of each and every wind turbine is known, and the maintenance cost is reduced. And because of that, right now you can see that most of the unconventional energy companies are getting on positive side, plus side, profit side. Just because of this. Have you thought of something like this for turbines or solar installations? Similarly, dams are becoming smarter, so their digital replica is getting created, and based on the water flow, all those things, the activities are getting automated. At the same time, their judicious use is ensured. Let's talk about the health and safety. Most of the time, industry right now, particularly the chemical industry, the petrochemical industry, or energy industry, they have lot of you know occupational hazards. But if we create digital twin of industrial plant, then we can simulate those conditions and proactively take preventive measures. How many of you have uh, had experience of Maruti सिमुलेटेड एनवायरनमेंट ट्रेनिंग सेंटर? कार ड्राइविंग स्कूल का, मारुति का जो कार ड्राइविंग स्कूल है, उसमें वो सिमुलेट कार का सिमुलेटेड मॉडल वहां पर रखा होता है, एंड देन वेरियस सिनेरियोज आर क्रिएटेड टू टीच यू how to tackle those situations. How many of you have visited that place and experienced Maruti Suzuki virtual training center driving schools? Anyone? The conventional approach is, the two clutch, two brake, and the trainer is sitting on the left side, and he by hand control the an unforeseen scenario, the steering, as well as brake and clutch pedals are there for him parallel. But that is risky itself. Before that, the body and the mind should be trained to stay care of such scenario. And Maruti Suzuki has designed that training set. In many cities, it is there. Those who have not, my request to you is that do visit that place also. It is also a very good example of digital twin of the car and the driving experience. You see, such applications are available very close by us. The only thing is that we have not tried to see it from that perspective. So the moment you go there and see, you will realize other allied application areas in academics and your research. So that is what it is. It is a immersive training simulation. So through that, the training can happen for practice of emergency response, identify hazards, rehearse best safety practices, risk-free virtual environment. So all those occupational hazards can be reduced. And occupational hazards are really, really very costly when it happens in any industry. Similarly, these tools can be used for preparing emergency plans, optimize evacuation routes, identify the weakness in the safety infrastructure, and improving the overall response also. Let us take the challenges in implementing digital twin. These are data integration is definitely capturing data and integrating is a very, very complex affair. Unless you try 2, 3 sets of data and try to merge in data lake, you will realize how complicated it is. Then cyber security, because everything, if it is in the virtual space, the moment you hijack it, the cyber security becomes a big problem. You know, you may be aware of recently what happened to Delhi air traffic controller. Are you aware of this instance? Their digital system was hacked, and because of that, you know, there was chaos in Delhi airports. Almost every flight was delayed for 7, 8 hours. So whenever you are doing anything in the cyberspace or in data center or on over the internet, cyber security is very, very, very important aspect, and protecting sensitive data, operational data from breaches is one of the biggest challenge. Similarly, one of you said that for Singapore City, when we talked about, who is going to invest, definitely upfront cost is on a very higher side. But since IoT is becoming cheaper and cheaper, sensors are becoming cheaper and cheaper, high-end servers are getting available easily. So this problem is getting less and less sensitive, severe. Biggest problem is the fourth one, talent gap. There is a very shortage of skilled professional for deployment of digital technologies, because only one branch or one area of specialization never serves. Here you require skill set of diverse areas, and not only skill set of diverse areas, diverse persons, but their ability to work together is also equally important. Acha, feedback on this, no issue. So let's talk about the best practices. How much time we have left with us? We have 30 minutes, fine. Am I right? It is session between 11 to 1, or I have to wind up a bit early. Please let me know, the organizer, please let me know, so that accordingly I can pace my presentation.
Yes, sir.
How much?
You can take more 10 minutes, sir. It is 12:30, no problem, but you can take more 10 minutes more, sir.
Acha, it was till 12:30. I thought that it is till 1.
No
Okay.
issue, sir. No problem, sir. It is interesting session,
I'll
sir.
take it.
You can
No
take
issue.
it, sir. No problem.
So, as far as the best practices for implementation of digital twin is concerned, the very important aspect is that we should have a defined goal and clear objective. what we want: improve efficiency, enhance collaboration, optimize energy use, or predictive maintenance, or impact on the environment. Whatever is the goal has to be defined first, and accordingly the system are to be arranged. And then we have to create strategy or roadmap. What type of twin we want to build, what is their sequence, their capability evaluation, ownership, governance. For this we have to create a strategic blueprint or roadmap based on the focused on our objectives. Then we have to invest in the data collection and integration. So high quality, frequently updated data from IoT sensors, 3D scanners, cameras. At the same time, the existing platforms where data is there, all these are to be identify how to integrate them. Similarly, we have to ensure the infrastructure and security readiness, because unless this is available, all the data it can be hijacked. Then it is generally advisable to start small and then scale gradually. It is always advisable to start with less complex project to manage the cost, build the local indigenous experience, overcome the resistance, because every new approach has always resistance. And this incremental approach will allow the organization to learn, refine their process, and before a wider implementation is thought of. Similarly, it is very essential that we should provide training on the technical aspect as well as change management, because change management is one of the biggest problem. At times, technology is ready, but we are not ready. So in order to ensure that we are ready, the change management aspect is equally important. Similarly, these system will never work in isolation. The existing setup is to get integrated with them, and that is where we need to identify what are the exporting point, what are the connecting point, and what are the data capture point, how the data flows. And at the same time, the various facilities, architect, engineers, contractors, all these, their data experience has to be brought in. We need to ensure that the collaboration is ensured. As I said, it's not like one domain. Only AI person cannot do it. Only mechanical engineer cannot do it. Only electric. All have to put together. Even at times, psychologists are also required, because these effect have all these affects the human being also. So all domain person need to collaborate if at all we want to succeed in digital. At the same time, we have to have, the moment we design any digital twin project, we need to have the KPIs to measure it. अगर हमने ऑपरेशन एफिशिएंसी इंप्रूव करने का हमारा गोल था, तो उसको कैसे मेजर करेंगे? डाउन टाइम अगर कम करना है, या रिवर्क, या कॉस्ट सेविंग, या एनवायरमेंट इम्पैक्ट, व्हाटएवर इट मे बी, जो ऑब्जेक्टिव था उसके केपीआई उसी वक्त डिजाइन करना जरूरी होता है. वो वी अचीव ओनली दोज थिंग्स व्हिच आर मेजर्ड. रेस्ट ऑल इज नॉलेज कंज्यूमरिज्म. And at the same time, we have to plan for the continuity and capability enhancement, because the more we move ahead in the project, more data layers are going to be added, more analytical tools are going to be required, more simulation capabilities are to be developed, and that is a very continuous process. It cannot कि भाई project हो गया खत्म हो गया, ऐसा नहीं है. This is even, it's a very continuous in nature. The moment we decide to implement digital twin, we must understand that it's not a one-time project. It is a continuous project. As far as the how to go ahead, I said, let us initiate the development of a digital twin of any machine of our lab to better understand the process, techniques, technologies, challenges, opportunities of digital twin. And this will help us to offer an experience-based learning opportunity to our students as well as to us also. This is, typically my takeaway for the entire presentation. Try to visit places, where these are getting implemented, particularly Baramati जाकर आप देख के आइए. Similarly, you can go to service station also, where asynchronous digital twins are working. You can go to Maruti learning driving school also, where these are there. And based on this experience, today decide what type of digital twin project you are going to carry out in your institute in coming 2 years time, in collaboration with all the departments and students. If we decide today that, then only the purpose of this interaction of ours is going to be meaningful. Else, typically it will be knowledge consumerism for all of us. And do experiment with it, share your experiences in this regard, so that all of us can equally get benefited. Those who want to connect with me, my name, email ID, and phone number is on the screen. You can connect me through LinkedIn also. Otherwise, you can note down this email ID and mobile number for further interaction with each other and try to learn from each other the challenges in this area and other possibilities of collaboration. And as far as 12:30 is concerned, yes, you have given me 10 minutes, but now I'm through as far as the presentation is concerned. We can have few minutes interaction, discussion, question, answers. If you have noted my mobile number and email ID, then I'll stop sharing and then we'll start interacting with each other. Can I stop sharing?
All the participants are requested to please unmute yourself, and our chat box you can ask any question. And sir,
I have shared on chat bot also my.
Yes, sir. All the participants are requested to please.
I have shared that on chat bot. I have stopped sharing now. And we are here. Now, those who want to ask questions, queries, let us try to identify those things. And
Sir, I could find out for you, there is a one comment that, sir, could you recommend the leading software and
platform.
yeah,
Actually, there is no, it is, typically what type of application you are into. If it is a full-fledged, then we have to go for various multinationals. I have shared with you. IBM is also providing, Amazon is also providing, Dassault is also providing, SAP is also providing, but those are very costly affairs. Let us right now, if you want to start with our own,
correct.
download any LLM, open source,
Yes.
add some sensors on existing machine, start collecting the data, create a data lake, and use analytical tool, free tools available. That is the only way to proceed with, because otherwise that is going to be a very costly affair. We should experience first at our own scale. The way we said, na, hostel ki cleanliness. Let us try to create a digital twin of the hostel.
Yes, sir. Any other questions?
Sir, my question is that, like, sir, nowadays the animation movies are there by the Disney and Pixar. Can we say that these animated movies are the first step towards the digital twin environment?
No, those are not digital twin environment. Actually, when we interact with it and try to evolve something, corrective measures, then it is a digital twin.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, it is a digital art where we are not interacting with each other.
Okay.
Because digital twin purpose is to correct it is a closed loop system. But when we create a movie or something like that, it is not a closed loop system. What we see, that's it. But the digital twin, like for packaging or for advertising, when we create, so, and when we use these tools, together with the human being, we reduce the cost. But movies, typically, they are not digital twins.
Okay, sir. Yes, thank you.
Any further questions, dear participants? You can unmute yourself and you can interact with the expert person. Sir, I don't find any further questions on the chat box, but
Fine.
in fact, I could find out here many good comments, appreciating comments, excellent and insightful session, and I say so many good comments are there for you, sir. Thank you for
You know, what we can together do is more important than appreciating each other.
Yeah.
My humble request to each one of you is that let us work together to create something instead of appreciating each other. But thank you, Dr. Ardhapurkar, for suggesting me
Sir,
to be the part of this.
Sirji, am I
Doctor, yes,
audible?
Dr. Vijay Bhatkar
Ah,
is like to,
yes,
would
yes,
like to
yes.
interact.
Yes, sir. Your session is very informative, sir. And you have given us the way of thinking for the optimization in different techniques also.
Right, sir.
So I want to just know from you, let us say I am in HVAC field.
Hmm.
So a company want to prepare the digital twin for the compressors, let us say. So
Correct.
what are the basic steps for beginners, we can say?
The beginners, first of all, for compressors, attach sensors.
Yes, sir.
That is one aspect. Capture various aspects, flow, temperature, dimensions, because design and dimensions, all those are with you. All design aspect you have to first thing create the digital version, then add data layer to it, one by one.
Yes, sir.
Then flow meters, so that you know how the flow is moving through blades and all. So once we start creating this, what is a vibration नोट करने के लिए सेंसर्स, एट ए टाइम वन सेंसर लगा के एक मेजर करो, उसके बाद दूसरा ऐड करो, फिर तीसरा ऐड करो. If we start adding all sensors one at a time, then you know we may not be able to understand the implications of the things. So it is advisable that start one by one sensor at a time, measure the things, then add second, third. So that way, you know, you are adding gradually the data layers.
Yes.
The moment you add gradual data layers, you understand what type of data lake or data threads you are required to create. And each data set will give you insight into the various aspects, and those insights are to be integrated. So generally it happens that we start attaching so many sensors, one sensor at a time. मतलब ये मान लीजिए कि यूजी का एक प्रोजेक्ट एक सेंसर है, 3 सेंसर लग गए तो एमटेक का हो गया, और 10 सेंसर लग गए तो पीएचडी का हो गया. So that way, in a span of 3 years, you can build that digital twin setup using UG, PG, and PhD students, and you are there as an expert for digital twin. That is the mechanism I suggest as such for academicians per se.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Your session was very informative, sir.
So kind of
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Ardhapurkar, for giving me an opportunity, because it is you who suggested me that
This is
I should talk.
Tonde
And
sir, now you can.
this is the time for the vote of thanks. So, sir, on behalf of Sriyash College of Engineering and Technology, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, Maharashtra, I would like to thank today's eminent speaker, Dr. Atul Wadegaonkar, sir, for being available and delivering such a nice and informative session for all the participants. So, sir has delivered the session on digital twin and given us various case studies and live examples of the Unilever and the healthcare sector, Siemens company, aerospace company. So, and sir has also guided us to visit different AI center and digital twin center so that we can get the live examples. So thank you so much, sir, for being the resource person for us. And I hope all the participants have got the uh, new things and new knowledge in their mind, and various things we don't heard about uh, that you have explained us also. So on behalf of Sriyash College of Engineering and Technology, I would like to thank you, sir, and we definitely be in touch with you in future so that we can
Yes.
develop something, a small digital twin for our college and for our students. So, dear participants, I would like to thank our Dean Academics, Dr. P.M. Ardhapurkar, sir, who is the coordinator of this Aatul FDP AICTE approved. And I would like to thank the Government of India, Ministry of Education. I would like to thank our Chairman, Engineer Basavaraj Mangrule, sir. I would like to thank our CEO, Colonel Joy Daniel, sir. I would like to thank our principal, respected principal, Dr. B.M. Patil, sir, for continuously guiding us to apply and write the proposal for such a government scheme. And I would like to thank the ministry for approval of our Aatul FDP proposal. So at last, I would like to thank all the participants for being over here and joining us. Without you, this session will not be possible. So thank you everyone for being available, and thank you everyone for your.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for such a wonderful session.